But I mean, like I say, it's an easy sell. And often fat people are desperate.
Yeah.
And desperate clients make the worst clients.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sure there will be exceptions, but for the most part, desperate clients are panicked and they're irrational, like a drowning man, you know? This is why if you're going to save a drowning man, you throw him a lifeline, you don't dive in after them because they'll drown both of you.
Yeah.
The problem with a desperate client is they come to you. Have I mentioned the banana skin to you before? I'm sure I probably have.
You probably have, but tell it again.
I'm not sure I've mentioned it on the podcast. They come to you with banana skin. And that is they throw something, the banana skin your way. They want to trip you up on it. They want you to take the fall for them. So they come to you with a sob story. And they're not being disingenuous. They don't mean to do this. They are desperate. This is what I mean. They're irrational. They're overly emotional. They will promise anything. They will promise anything, any amount of money you ask, any commitment you ask, just because they're desperate to get the problem solved. And you think it's great. You'd think they would be Gary Halbert's starving crowd, but they're not so much the starving crowd as the ravenous, fucking almost dead of hunger crowd who will do anything to survive. And they make terrible clients because they will go overboard. I mean, a good example is the weight loss thing. I remember a friend of mine, she was overweight. She just got into a new relationship. And this guy, she wanted to get slimmer for this guy. And she was saying, yeah, I'm going to work out 7 days a week until I puke every single day. And I knew then that wasn't going to happen. But she was desperate because this guy had mentioned her weight and she didn't want to lose him. So she was overcommitting to something which was just not sustainable and indeed unhealthy. So desperate clients are clients to avoid. They sound great. They're an easy sell and they'll promise the earth, but you know, they are fucking walking disasters. I had one once and I didn't realize how desperate it was until he starts messaging me. He joined me in a circle. We've gone back about 10 years now. He starts messaging me saying, all this panic stuff. And when I started giving him answers, and this was in the discussion email list, he starts getting really passive aggressive. And I realized then he actually wants me to solve his problems for him, but not pay me for it. And actually, in the end, I kicked him out. Because everything I suggested was, oh yeah, but I've got staff to pay. I can't afford to pay you or anyone else to do this. So it's almost like I've got staff to pay. That's my problem. It's now your problem. I want you to solve my business problems so I can have a good business. Then I'll pay you, but I'd also be able to pay my staff. And I thought this is just poisonous. So I kicked him out. I hope he died or something fucking horrible. But
I fucking hate that group of people. It's usually the ones that they're desperate. They're usually poor. They're frustrated because they can't buy one of those fucking shitty courses that are £997. And they always say, I don't get it. If they really believed in their course, they'd give it away for free. And then when I've got a successful business, I'll pay them back. It's like, you dumb fucking idiot. You're going to be poor forever.
It sounds a great idea. And as an up-and-coming copywriter, that's what I've got a lot of people saying to me. I've got this great idea. I'll provide the product. You do all the copywriting and we'll split the profit. It sounds great on paper. And indeed, I know one or two people who've made it work once or twice. But it's never really worked. I've never really done it. But I've gone down that route before and then stopped when I realised it wasn't going to work. And then it took me a while to figure out why it wasn't going to work. And it's simple, really. I was the one carrying all the risk. They already had the product.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no vested interest in them because you say things like, well, let's do the sales letter this way. And I don't want to do it that way. So they try to micromanage it.
Yeah.
Now, they're not necessarily desperate clients, but they are pretty shit clients. But desperate clients, yeah, they will promise you the earth. And when it comes to time to pay, because often they haven't got any money, that's why they're desperate. And when they do have the money, they don't want to pay it. I could have done this on my own. You didn't actually do that much.
Yeah.
And because you've not taken any payments up front because they didn't have any fucking money, you're stuffed.
It's the worst. I used to get messages all the fucking time in my Facebook ad days saying, hey man, do you want to do a profit share for Facebook ads? No. And
you fuck off.
half of them were shitty, like life coach style of people, who thought they could NLP their way into my pants, into my client book. And the other half were just shitty drop sellers selling shitty Chinese products that, you know, do I see anything wrong with it? Not really. Is it something that I want to be involved with? No, it's not. There's no honor in that, which sounds quite strange because most of the products are in China and whatnot, but letting someone buy something and not delivering it for 2 months when it's a £10 product because it needs to be shipped from fucking Shuangfei.
Yeah, it's not something to do, and then the profit margins are pretty shit.
Yeah,